Yeah, nigga. Sorry. Woo. All right. We're back. We're back for real now. All right. So welcome back. I really missed y'all. For those of you who are new, welcome to the Sakarra Y podcast. I'm Sakarra. And yeah, we here. We here now, baby. I got my my microphone. I'm official now. All right, so let's get into it. For those of you who are new to the Sakarra Y podcast, I be talking about stuff. We try to answer as many questions as possible, or at least challenge our understanding of as many concepts as we can here on the Sakarra Y podcast. I mostly do it by myself, but sometimes I invite guests just so I can hear somebody else's opinion. Yeah, that's what we do here. If you want to be a guest on the Sakarra Y podcast, make sure you hit me up on Instagram at Sakarra Y. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram. I don't want to take too long doing this introduction. We're already a minute and I want to get into it. I'm excited about this season. So there's a new format to the show for those of you unaware. So the way it's going to work, you can catch the Sakarra Y solo episodes on Anchor, of course, and you can also catch them on YouTube. The video version, you catch it on YouTube, and follow my Instagram for the link. But it's most likely going to be youtube.com/SakarraY. But I don't know yet because, you know, so so you can catch it on YouTube. Right now I'm recording this episode. I was really overthinking it. I was like, oh my God, I got to get dressed. I got to do makeup. I have on no makeup. I don't even have on a shirt. I'm doing this episode in a sports bra and it's cute. So when you watch it, you'll see that. So yeah, hey to everybody that's watching it on YouTube, watching me on video, and hello to everybody who's listening to me in your ears. As you guys know, this is a headphone show. Do not listen at work. Do not listen in front of your children. Put your headphones in because this is for adults. Okay. So on this season, I know I'm supposed to be doing a season all about Black culture, which I did. I recorded the whole season, me and 4 other guests, or 3 other guests. I actually can't remember how many I recorded. But we're going to get to that later. I think we're going to do that only on the YouTube. So if anybody is listening on audio and wants to see the YouTube of that show, then you have to, you know, you got to go, whatever, you have to focus. So, but what I want to talk about this season, and yes, we're back every week. Okay, I'm doing once a week instead of twice a week because my business is growing and I am a little bit more busy than I was before. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm making coins, okay? So we're going to talk about addiction on this season of Sakarra Y, okay? And for the first episode, addiction is not a joke. I want y'all to know I don't take this lightly. For the first episode, we're literally talking about addiction. I don't know about y'all. I don't know if any of you have ever been addicted to the Peen, or as some call it, dickmatized. But I have, okay? Hello, my name is Sakarra. And I done got dickmatized before. And for those of you who are unsure about whether or not you've ever been dickmatized before, if you were ever, I don't know, like at church or at your grandmother's house or at work, I don't know, in a board meeting, and just the thought of that person inserting themselves into your body has entered your mind. And just in that moment, you went, ah! I mean, like, and for those of you who can't see me, it's like when your chest kind of caves in and your body kind of doubles over. Then yes, ma'am, you too have been dickmatized. And it's really the real pandemic, because you can't really think straight when you're addicted to anything. And when you're addicted to a person and their body inside of your body, you don't really act the way you're supposed to act. And for me, I knew it was a problem when, like, I started offering it up to other people. Because, you know, I'm a sharer. I'm a giver, okay? Which is why I'm doing the podcast. I like to share. I like to, you know, when I experience something good, I like for other people to experience that good too. That good as well. So, I would be like, what? Girl, you got to try this. I mean, like, yeah, me and him together, but you got to at least try it. you gotta try it. And my friends would be like, no, sis, I don't want it. Like, what are you saying? Or sometimes I would be like, let me just show you a picture, just a little bit. Like, let me just show you a picture of the tip, just so you can see what this was. And they weren't interested. It was an interesting time in my life. It was a very interesting time in my life. And sometimes, you know, I mean, I had relapsed a couple times. Like, it was really bad. And I wish I can come on here and tell you guys how to wean yourselves from the peen, how to wean from the peen. But unfortunately, I'm no expert. All I can say is to distract yourself as much as possible. Okay, so I have this theory that no woman can marry the man who dickmatizes her. So you might marry a man who you're sexually compatible with. You might marry or have a long, let me not say marry, because you might marry whoever. But to have longevity, I don't think you can have longevity with someone who has dickmatized you. And I say that because you're just not quite yourself. You just don't act right. You know what I'm saying? Like, something's just a little bit off. You doing stuff outside of your character. You acting different, okay? And it's really just like hypnosis, you know? And sometimes, and you know, another way that you can tell is like when you try something else and it's just not hitting what it used to hit before, because now you done got something else that hit different. Now, men, I need y'all to understand that the woman's movement started because of dickmatization. This is why we feel like we had to reclaim our time and reclaim our rights. Because y'all don't understand that you walk this earth with the tool in between your legs, that if used correctly, and if you find that puzzle piece that fits perfectly in there like that, if used correctly, it's whatever, what you want to eat, where you want to go, what you want me to do, what you want me to wear. Yeah. So that's why we had to start, you know, the movements, because y'all got some power. And we had to be like, yo, we got power too. Like, fuck is you talking about? I'm sorry. It's been a long time since I've been on the podcast. I forgot the structure of the show and everything. Am I supposed to ask a question? So I guess the question is, how do you undickmatize, or why was I dickmatized? I don't know. It just felt different. And it wasn't, I think what makes, like, for those of you unaware, so basically what it means to be dickmatized is that you have a really good sexual encounter with somebody and you just can't shake it. Now, I know men can get hooked to a woman, but I actually feel like men get hooked to women, like the women that they get those soul ties to. I actually feel like that's more emotional. I feel like for women, we create that tie sexually. I really do. I think men get into like a more emotional space, and that's what really captivates them. Like, once they find somebody who understands them, who can talk to them, who can, you know, because I feel like y'all just be hitting anything, bang 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 bang. I don't feel like there's any one woman's just sex, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not a man. I don't feel like there's any woman's like just sex that like stops a man in his tracks. I feel like for y'all it's like different things, like, oh, she has this many qualities that I like, or that I'm looking for in a woman. I can really talk to her, I can show her all sides of me. I think that's what really captivates a man. Whereas with a woman, I think we can get really distracted and really caught off track and thrown off guard when we dickmatize. And that's why I feel like women can't marry or have longevity with the man who dickmatizes them. Because you need to be in a clear headspace, you know, because really longevity with your partner is understanding growth with each other and giving each other space. And let me tell you, if you've ever been dickmatized, ain't no space, okay? You want him in you at all times. Ain't no space. You want to be sniffing on his neck. Just me. That's just me. Okay. No, but seriously, it is definitely like an inner body, out of body experience. It's different. I mean, it's dangerous. It's so dangerous. And then to know if you, so okay, so for those of you unaware of what it means to be dickmatized, it's when you have a physical sexual encounter with someone, several, because you can't just do it once. Because there's some people that just got the one time and they don't know how to bring it back, you know? It's when, I don't know, it sticks in your mind, you know, it sticks in your body. You start to put it in your, like, this is the best I've had, is where you kind of place it. And sometimes it's not even so much the best, but it's the best experience. It may not necessarily be the best sex you've ever had, but it's the best overall experience. Like, if we were taking averages, if we were saying like out of 5, you know what I'm saying? So that's and it kind of just sticks with you, and you notice changes in your behavior. And honestly, I don't think it's safe. I don't think any addiction is safe or healthy. And to wean yourself from the peen, I would just recommend distracting yourself as often as possible. I do not recommend getting different peen. Mind you, I'm very conservative with my body, so I don't sex with many people. That's just not my thing. It's not something that I can do. But I have tried to fix my dickmatization by entering new peen or repeat peen into my life, and it doesn't work. It don't work, because now you're saying like this ain't that, and then that actually draws you back to the thing you're trying to get away from. It's like if you were addicted to crack and somebody said have some weed instead, and you'd be like, I mean, I'm high, but I'm not high. That actually brings you closer to crack. That's why they say, you know, when you are trying to get off of a drug, just don't drink, don't do no other drugs. Just be sober. And honestly, sometimes, and I know this is an unpopular opinion, but really, sis, if you've been dickmatized bad, you just have to be abstinent. You got to be celibate, sis. You got to let it go. You got to re-virginize, okay? You got to completely cleanse the punan from the Houdini dick, okay? You got to completely just, you know, give yourself a second chance to live life anew and avoid that man at all costs, okay? Don't go on his social media, because when other people are seeing like a picture, you're just looking at his crotch. Like, stay away from him. Run. If you cannot avoid him, like let's say y'all work at the same place, or I don't know, you have mutual friends, or if you truly cannot avoid him, start to think bad things about him. He is unkind. He didn't call me back. Like, you really have to just re-hypnotize yourself in a different way. And it sounds crazy, but if you tell me you have never been through this, if you tell me I'm sounding crazy right now on this podcast, somebody is lying, because I know I can't be the only one. This is the Kia car type dick. This is the when you see women acting all outrageous. This is the why you being weird to me. This is that. This is that. This is what I'm talking about. And if you've never had a woman respond to you in that way, that's okay. It doesn't mean that it'll never happen. It just means that you haven't met your puzzle piece. Because see, I don't think we're supposed to fit all the way. The visuals are crazy. I think honestly, in order to be really, this is gonna sound crazy, but I think honestly, in order to be like really happy and, you know, really be able to deal with somebody for a long time, it has to be good or even great. But once we surpass the threshold of greatness into euphoria, run. But no, I'm just kidding. If you can find somebody who you love, who you have that euphoric sexual experience with, where you are both, maybe that's the difference. The difference is you both have to be equally as stupid about each other's sex. If you're not both feeling like, he has to be feeling you on that intellectual, emotional level in the same way that you're feeling him on that physical level. Like, if y'all can't find that balance, then things are gonna get tricky. Things are gonna get tricky. I don't want to take out too long. Y'all know I try to keep the episode short. So that's just my confessional. And we're going to continue this conversation about addiction. And it will not be just about weaning from the peen. We're going to talk about all different types of addiction. We're going to talk about drugs. We're going to talk about alcohol. We're going to talk about being addicted to self-help. And we are coming back once a week, every week on the Sakarra Y podcast. Thank you all so much for dealing with me, for putting up with my hiatus. People were like, are you okay? Are you ill? I haven't heard from you. I'm fine. My address hasn't changed. My schedule hasn't changed. My number hasn't changed. My social media hasn't changed. I wasn't hiding. I was not hurt. I was not sad. I was not scared. I was in a retreat, is like what I like to call it. And sometimes I just like to sit and observe what's going on in my life and what's going on in the world. And sometimes I'm moving like this and the world's moving like this. And sometimes I just have to get us back on the same vibration. And not necessarily lower my own vibration, but give the timing enough time to align. So it doesn't mean that I'm better or nothing. I just got to find that alignment. And sometimes alignment comes with time, and sometimes alignment comes with wisdom, and sometimes alignment comes with distance. And so I had to distance myself in order to realign, in order to recenter myself, in order to, figure out what direction I wanted to go in, to get happy about the things that used to excite me again. And I'm super happy to be back here doing this. I really missed it. So I'm really happy to be back and to be doing this again. This is Sakarra Y. I am abstaining right now from some dick that had dickmatized me. So I am in a little bit of a recovery process. So bear with me. But so that's really what inspired this. It was gonna be honestly about drugs. And I was like, but what about the D? What about the other D, the more deadlier D than drugs? So yeah, this is the Sakarra Y podcast. Make sure that you check out our YouTube channel. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram at Sakarra Y. Make sure that you come back. Please leave a review, like, share, subscribe. And thank you so much for listening. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for supporting me. This episode and mostly all the episodes are sponsored by my business, Sakarra Y. Saki Certified. I try my best to keep the two separated, but I have to be honest that the money I get from Sakarra Certified helps to fuel this passion project of Sakarra Y, or this passion podcast, I guess I should call it. I'm gonna go. I've been rambling for 3 minutes. I love you so much, and we'll be back next week. Bye.